We're at the outside service station on the M62. I'm off to Manchester. I just thought I'd stop here, have a pee. Can't fill a Scottish cat there. So yeah, don't have a cup of coffee because I'll need to go to the toilet again in 5 minutes. So yeah, gonna have a quick run in here, get back on motorway. It's ridiculously early. I think it's just turned 6 o'clock. So I'm going to get into Manchester for about 6:15, 7, and then we're going to have a walk round and see what's what. So yeah. Right everyone, we've just come up. It's not as dusty as it might look. My car's fogging up because there's a bit of rain coming down. Just put the aircon on. We're just coming over the top now. We've just come off the M62. Looks like it's quite a murky day. Usually you can see Manchester from up here, but no sign of that. Let's try and get this aircon to work. Yeah, so I'm going to get to Manchester really early at this stage. It's now 6:23. So I reckon by the time I get through Oldham, another 10 minutes, I reckon I'll be in town for about 7:15 in the car park, which is really good actually, because what I'm going to do then, I'm going to go and find somewhere to have a coffee, but I'm going to have a walk round and see what I can see. Hopefully it's not raining. That's the only other problem. Oh Jesus, there's sheep on the road. Everyone, listen to these. Listen. Oh. You know what I've realised about Manchester right this second? I've sort of always known it really. But it goes out of its way to try and be quirky. That's what I think. Like, you know, this artwork everywhere, and I don't know. We're going to go and have a look down here anyway. I want to have a look at the back of this building. Let's get a crest. It's bleeding freezing. You know this Malmaison here? This Joshua Hoyle? It was used to be used, believe it or not, this was a warehouse. It's now one of the most expensive hotels to stay in Manchester. There's the canal. You know, many moons ago, Manchester was called Cottonopolis. They also adopted that name in Oldham. But Manchester was particularly rich. It was one of the richest trading hubs in the mid-1800s in the world, Manchester. I think it was the richest. Certainly with the information that I got this morning anyway. But one of the reasons why Manchester was so popular for cotton was, one, the climate. 2, the hills are surrounded by clean water, which was good for cleaning the cotton. And then the infrastructure. So I think the first canal was opened in the 1700s, and that was the Bridgewater. I don't know if that's the Bridgewater. Let's have a look at it. It was the first canal in England actually. I don't know if this is the Bridgewater. I ain't got a clue about canals. And then following that came the trains. So when the trains got brought in, the first train line opened up between Manchester and Liverpool. That's when things really started to balloon. I don't know what this building is here. That's what I want to find out. I think we'll go to the crossing. Let's go for a walk down here. And now they're just disused, aren't they? I wonder if you get the occasional thingamajig coming through. You know, barge. I imagine so. I wonder if they pay any taxes, like, to use the canals. Look at this. Someone's decided to deface this building. What's wrong with people? Wow, look at this one, everybody. Look at that. What is that? Beautiful. You know what that reminds me of? That clock tower. Lee's in Oldham. Never saw it. I don't think I was alive when that was still standing. I think it burnt down in the 60s. Up there, you've either got an owl or a griffin. I think it's an owl. It's perched atop. Oh, it's a court. This is a court, everybody. Can see it there. Oh, look at these. Look at them. Wow. Look at this one. Aren't they nice, then? Look at its backbone. Ooh, look at its legs. There's some more down here. I wonder what these ones are. Are they the same? These must represent something. God knows what. That one's got wings, look. They will definitely represent something. Who knows what, though. Yeah, this one is all closed up, everybody. I bet that is absolutely stunning inside. So that must be Minshall. Is it Minshall Street Crown Court? Is that what they call it? Anyway, Hart Street is closed off. Look, everybody. Let's have a look. Look at it. Everyone, it's beautiful. Look how beautiful it is. Wow. Everyone, look. Jesus. What does this say? Oh. War memorials. Look at him. 1914 to 1802, the enduring memory of those members of the staff of S&J Watson Co. who laid down their lives for their king and country in the cause of truth, justice and freedom during the Great War. S&J Watson Co. And then it says, remember Flora Spartan, Alban Davies, Frank Denton, Charles Edge, Fred Galvin, Frank Holworth, Francis Harrison, Leslie Harwood. They all died in the Korean War, 1951. It's absolutely beautiful, the front of this building, everybody. Let's keep going. Yeah, so I think if we can, we'll make our way down here now, and if I can find the gay village, we'll go around there. I wouldn't mind, actually, going and having a look around Chinatown. Chinatown would be pretty cool. Last time I went to Chinatown, Jesus, I reckon it probably was in the 1980s. You might not know this, everybody, but my uncle's Chinese. And I think he's half Chinese, actually. I think his mother was white, his father was Chinese. But anyway, he used to cook for us in the 80s. We don't see him anymore. There was a big family fallout. But I mean a massive family fallout. Hey, I've got a good fact for you, everybody. You know the Yates' Wine Lodge? It's founded in Oldham by the Yates brothers. Interestingly enough, Oldham doesn't have a Yates', Manchester does. I don't even know. Yeah, established 1884, look. Anyhow, yeah, my uncle, he used to cook for us. Like, I've never tasted Chinese food like it. It's certainly not in the restaurants, not in the... I think that's Chinatown down there, look. Yeah, not in the restaurants, not in the... This is the Consulate General of Republic of Poland. Yeah, what was I saying? There's a pub down here. I think it's called the Brass Monkey. And these buildings here, look at these. Look at that, the windows are all open. It says the Cosmopolitan International. I reckon the pigeons have moved in. That building there, everyone, what I'm focusing on right now. Looks like it might be some sort of bar downstairs, but the above, it's... I'm surprised you can't see pigeons flying in and out, to be honest. Yeah, this is the gay village. Shall we go for a look round? Getting into the thick of it now. We're on Sackville Street. Got all the drag queens in this window. He looks like Jeffrey Marsh, I think. Some beautiful buildings down here, everybody. Isn't it nice? Really old. This is a really old building. I wonder what this was in times gone by. Oh, there's something on this bridge here. Let's go and see what it says. I'm sorry if the filming's all over, everybody. In loving memory of Matthew Perrin, died May the 8th, 2001, aged 21. The founder, found under this bridge after tragically falling over the wall to his death, will never lose the loved ones we love and stay in our hearts forever. The Stockton Forge Company, 1875, Stockton-on-Tees. Look at these here. Oh, it's acid here. Oh, look, there's Gene Wilder. Oscar's Bar. I wonder if we walk down here, if we end up in Chinatown. I also need to keep an eye on the time. Start work at 8:30. I need to make my way up to where office is. Piccadilly. Need a wee as well. Not surprised there. It's 7:35. 1 second, everyone. So this place here, cocktails on the dance floor, on food, on cocktails, on dance, on bar. I bet it's mint here. Can you imagine what it's like here, everybody? Like, Saturday night and it's midsummer, but it's fantastic there. And here we've got the new Union Hotel. Oh, look at this. This is really old. Beautiful. I don't know why I can hear seagulls, but I can. Oh, look at them bees. Aren't they painted nice? I never knew what the assumption was. The bees. I thought it was a fairly new thing that people had adopted. Should have known different. I mean, I lived in Oldham all my life and certainly lived in Manchester for a number of those years. But the bee represents the workers from when it was cotton. That's beautiful. Look at that. Newfoundland. Yeah, the bees represent the people who built Manchester, the workers. Jesus. I think we're getting into Chinatown. That's a beautiful building, isn't it, everybody? I wonder what that one was for. Look at that. It's got a turret and everything. And then there's that one over there, which is fantastic. I think we're going to make our way back up here. Oh wow. GAY. And it says, welcome to Manchester's gay village. And this is Canal Street. Right, so while I'm out and about, I have to try and find somewhere now that I can buy some readers. Hey! This is the building. It says it's the first meeting of the Cooperative Insurance Company. One now, CIS1, was held here 16th of November 1887. I wonder if they all went in through that door there, everyone. I want to see there's a big massive sign, isn't there? I don't know where the bleed. I've not been down here for years, so I've not got an absolute... Oh, there it is, everybody. Look at that. That old letters sign there on the door. Look at the size of that bleeding door. Imagine trying to go close that in a wind. Is that it? Is that Chinatown? Have we done it? Surely not. I think that's it, everyone. There's Chinatown. Bloody hell. I think this is where we used to go, the wing fart. I've got a fascination with doors, everybody. I absolutely love them. I think they're fabulous. And I can't help but think all the people that have walked through them over the years, and you know when you haven't got them here so much because they've covered them over, but like, you know them old steps where they're all worn out. I think it's this. So now I think I'm going to go and find somewhere to have a nice cup of coffee. Birds Yates's again. Oh, an old telephone box. Well, it's not an old telephone box, it's a new telephone box. There's actually a phone in there. Yeah. Don't think I'll be picking that up. You've got to be careful down here with these trams. You end up like Rita frigging Fairclough. You know, when she had to dodge that tram in Blackpool. That's what I always think about when I hear these trams. The Royal Buildings. Again, look at that, everybody. All the windows are smashed open. I'm wondering if maybe they look really rotten upstairs. You can't see it on camera, but I'm wondering if it's been leaking in and it's damp, or I don't know. I need to find somewhere I can buy some glasses. I might go in that Starbucks over there. Here we go, everybody. Bottom of Brisco Lane, the old gas tower. Might be the last one. I don't know if it's the last one in the country. Look at these here, wrong way. No headlight, no helmet, no nothing. England. Buddy, that building there in front, that used to be an abattoir, that. Maybe it still is, I'm not sure. But this area that we're moving into, we're on Brisco Lane. This is a wonderful area, rich in history. So I had family that lived down here, and I remember actually back in just before the crash, 2008, what do they call it, the credit crunch, yeah, that's the buzzword for that one. Round this area there was all these houses that you're looking at. Some of them were private, but the majority were council houses. I think they were built post-war, like around about 40s, 50s. And most of these houses, you could not buy one. Like, they were fetching absolute fortunes. And the area now, I mean, I don't know how much you pay for an house, but yeah. It's not, you know what, I like it down here. I'm certainly not running it down. I'd live down here. I would. I definitely would. As I like it, it's got character. But yeah, I can't turn the camera around and show you because it's fixed. A little effigy. But we're just going past a pub called the Phoenix. J.W. Leeser's. And that road that we've just gone past is Scotland Hall Road. I wonder what Scotland Hall was. I bet that must have been some sort of old, you know, some old hall perhaps. I don't know. Maybe if I found out, you'll be looking at it now. But we're rounding the top now. I don't know if you can see the church in the distance, everybody. I can't remember what that church is called, but we actually featured it in a video, and it was the murder of Sarah McClellan, I think she was called. And I don't know if you remember, if you were watching the channel back then. If not, go back and have a look. It's an interesting story, but I'm going to tell you now anyway. Basically, this woman, she set off from Bolton. She lived in Bolton, and her daughter lived in Oldham, and she was impoverished, absolutely skint. And this particular day, she must have decided that she needed to get some help, so she walked from Bolton to Oldham. And that, in those days, people wore clogs. I can't imagine the shoes on her feet were very comfortable ones, but who knows. But this woman was really skint, and she didn't even have a coat on her back, or a cloak, or a, it would have been a cloak, yeah. So she ended up asking her neighbour if she could borrow a cloak off her, so she looked decent. She set off walking, and she ended up coming up this way. I don't know how you'd come up this way, but she ended up coming up this way anyway. And no, she didn't. I'm talking absolute nonsense. She ended up walking from Manchester. I don't know how she got there, but she walked all the way up, and she walked past this area, went up through Failsworth, and when she got to the bottom of Hollins Road, she was brutally attacked by two fellas, and then killed. And then what they did is they dumped her behind, she'd passed away, and they dumped her behind this brook in Failsworth. Anyway, they ended up swinging the fellas. This church here is where she's buried, basically, but I couldn't find a marker for her. When they did the post-mortem, they said that her stomach was absolutely empty. All that was in it was some water that she'd been given from one of the landlords. I think she stopped at the bridge in Failsworth, that pub, and the landlord's wife there had given her a glass of water. She's no food in her stomach. So she had a terrible experience. But the two fellas were tried at the Golden Book in Oldham on Manchester Road, and they swung for it, and right, so they should. Two brothers, I think they were. Right, everybody, we're on Frederick Street in Oldham. I should have filmed for you. I've just been through Limeside. To be fair, looks exactly the same as it did last time I drove through it. It doesn't look any different. So as we go down Frederick Street, not Frederick, yeah, it's Frederick Street. There's some beautiful houses down here. Like some of the huge bigwigs from Oldham used to live in this area. The Platts used to live down here, and in the park, as you know, Eli Lee's lived down here. Josiah or Joshua Walmsley Radcliffe and Josiah Radcliffe, mayors of Oldham, they live down here. This wall here that we've just gone past is the hollies. Actually, I should have stopped there and got a cutting of the holly. I want to put some in my house. Next time I come to Oldham, I'm going to stop there and get a cutting, because I want, or I might even go down and dig up a holly bush, because I want it at my house. I've got some of the bricks, and now I want the plant. I've decided. I need to work out what we're there. We've just gone past where some beautiful old houses. They've got built big mansions there now, but they're all modern. But there's a beautiful gate and the crest. Hey, let me tell you a tale, everyone. So at this crossroads, look over at top of this black car that's in front of us. Can you see those flats there on the left-hand side? They're like 2-storey maisonettes. Well, my grandma and granddad had the far flat in the corner, and grandma, she moved loads and loads of times, but they literally didn't last very long there at all. She said she woke up at middle at night and there was a lad, ghostly figure, stood at the bottom of the bed. And these are modern flats, these, and they lived in them in the 80s, you know, so we're talking, I bet they were only built in the late 60s, early 70s. They're not that old. So it's obviously something that was there before that perhaps holds on to a ghost. But the weirdest thing is, and what caused her to move out, was after she saw that lad, all of her clothes, she went into her wardrobe and literally all of her clothes were wet through. And before you say out, no, she weren't my granddad peeing on them. Literally everything was sodden, wet through. Bleeding hell, stuck in out of these lights. Right, we're going up to Moorside, everyone.